Should I travel to Philadelphia or Washington, D.C.? Philadelphia versus Washington, D.C. Which historic city should you visit? If you're planning a trip to the East Coast, chances are you've narrowed your choices to a few incredible destinations, such as Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. Both cities played major roles in American history. Both are highly walkable. Both have outstanding museums, excellent public transportation, and enough landmarks to keep history lovers busy for days. But despite their similarities, they offer completely different vacations. So which one should you choose? Let's find out. Quick answer. When choosing between Philadelphia and Washington, D.C., consider the following. Choose Philadelphia if you want America's founding history, an outstanding food scene, better overall value, and a more relaxed atmosphere. Choose Washington if you want world-class museums, iconic monuments, government landmarks, and enough attractions to fill an entire week. Philadelphia tells the story of how America began. Washington tells the story of how America became a nation. Neither city is objectively better. They simply tell different chapters of the American story. The biggest difference between Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. The biggest difference between these two cities isn't the food or the museums or even the monuments. It's the story they tell. Philadelphia is America's birthplace. It's where the Declaration of Independence was signed. It's where the Constitution was written. It's where the Founding Fathers debated the future of a brand new nation. Washington tells the next chapter. It's where the government operates today. You'll visit the White House, the Capitol, the Supreme Court, the National Mall, and dozens of museums preserving America's history, science, and culture. Together, these cities provide the most complete historical journey in the United States. Similarities. Despite their differences, Philadelphia and Washington have a lot in common. Both cities are extremely walkable. Neither requires a rental car. Both have excellent public transportation. Both offer fantastic museums. Both have impressive architecture. And both make for outstanding long weekend destinations. In fact, they're connected by frequent trains, making it easy to visit both on the same trip. But if you can only choose one, let's start with Philadelphia. Why choose Philadelphia? Reason number one, America's founding story. No city explains the birth of America better than Philadelphia. This is where independence became reality. You can tour Independence Hall, see the Liberty Bell, visit the Museum of the American Revolution, walk through Franklin Court, and stand where the Founding Fathers changed history. For anyone interested in revolutionary America, Philadelphia is difficult to beat. Reason number two, the food scene. Philadelphia quietly has one of America's best food scenes. Sure, everyone knows about cheesesteaks, but that's only the beginning. Reading Terminal Market alone contains more than 50 independent food vendors. Add incredible Italian restaurants, roast pork sandwiches, Mediterranean food, new American cuisine, and neighborhood bakeries, and Philadelphia becomes one of the country's most underrated food destinations. Reason number three, better value. Philadelphia generally costs less than Washington. Hotels are cheaper. Parking is cheaper. Dining is usually more affordable. That means you can often enjoy a longer vacation while spending less money. Philadelphia's downsides. Of course, Philadelphia isn't perfect. Outside the historic districts, parts of the city feel less polished than Washington. Its museum collection is much smaller, and despite its enormous historical importance, Philadelphia is often overlooked by international visitors. Now, let's take a look at Washington, D.C. Why choose Washington, D.C.? Reason number one, America's best museum city. No city in America comes close to Washington's museum collection. The Smithsonian museums alone can occupy several days. Highlights include the National Air and Space Museum, the Museum of American History, Natural History, the National Gallery, the Library of Congress, and the National Archives. Best of all, many of these museums are completely free. Reason number two, iconic landmarks. Washington is home to many of America's most recognizable landmarks: the White House, the Capitol, the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, the Jefferson Memorial. Philadelphia has incredible landmarks. Washington simply has more. Reason number three, longer vacation potential. Washington rewards longer stays. Every museum, every monument, and every government building tells another part of America's story. You can easily spend 5 to 7 days exploring the city, then add day trips to Mount Vernon, Arlington, Alexandria, or Gettysburg. The downsides of choosing Washington over Philadelphia. Washington isn't perfect either. Summer is extremely hot and humid. Hotels can be expensive. And because much of downtown revolves around government offices, the city becomes surprisingly quiet after the workday ends. Nightlife isn't nearly as lively as many visitors expect. The Should I Travel to Philadelphia versus Washington, D.C. scorecard. So who wins? Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. score the same in several categories. Both are average cost vacations with moderate crowds and highly distinctive character. Washington, D.C. has a slight edge in things to do and visitor comfort. In the food category, Philadelphia wins, but Washington, D.C. wins for museums. Visitors who want to experience America's founding history should visit Philadelphia, but those seeking to learn more about America's government and national history should visit Washington. Washington also wins for monuments and has a slight edge over Philadelphia in public transportation. DC also wins for things to do, while Philadelphia wins for value. Each city has clear strengths. The winner simply depends on the type of trip you're planning. Which city fits you best? Philadelphia or Washington? DC. Choose Philadelphia if you love colonial history, food is a priority, you want better value, you only have a long weekend, or you prefer slightly smaller crowds. Choose Washington if you love museums, you enjoy monuments, it's your first visit to the United States, you have 5 days or more, or you want to understand how the United States works today. Final verdict. Philadelphia and Washington aren't competing destinations. They're consecutive chapters in the same story. Visit Philadelphia to understand how America was born. Visit Washington to understand the nation it became. If time allows, visit both. Together, they tell America's story better than either city can alone. But if you can only choose one, choose Philadelphia for America's founding, food, and value. Choose Washington for museums, monuments, and a deeper understanding of the United States. The best destination isn't the one with the highest score, it's the one whose strengths match what you're looking for. Should I travel to? 3 pros, 3 cons. You decide. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and check out our other travel comparisons.